All right, good morning, everybody. Happy Thursday, one day closer to the weekend. Almost there. Welcome to today's Flight Simulator live stream. We're in the Beechcraft Corporation D-17 Staggerwing, the quote-unquote Cadillac of the sky. We're going to be going from Raleigh-Durham International to Willmington International. We'll be staying in North Carolina. So let's get in here, get the aircraft set up. We're going to do VOR to VOR. This is our target VOR, which is right next to our destination. But we'll plug this one in first, and then we'll navigate towards the other one. So anyway, let's go ahead and get in here and get started. Good morning, Mick. How are you, good sir? I had a nice flight. It was about 2.5 hours last night in Australia with Captain Arash. Really interesting scenery again. And I won the when he lands, he does you can guess to see how well he's going to land, and I guessed correctly or pretty close enough to it. And so he did a landing challenge in Chile last night after we got done flying, and he nailed it. I mean, he hadn't done it before, and he absolutely nailed it. So yeah, it was really cool. Oh wow, let's not have this weather right now. Let's go ahead and change that. I wasn't sure what we were going to end up with, but let's go ahead and not Arctic chill either. No. Let's go ahead and just have some like a few clouds. Yeah, let's just have some broken clouds. How about that? There we go. That'll work. I think that'll make a good flight. Let's see. We are not talking to ATC anymore, so we don't have to worry about that. Get this all started up. All right. And there we are. There's our lovely little plane here. So if you notice, it's called a Staggerwing because the top wing is just behind the bottom wing, so it's staggered. That's where the name comes from. So now our runway should be right over there, so we'll just go ahead and swing around here. And I will actually thing's a little tough to steer. I don't want to give it too much gas and then we start going way off the Yeah, we're on our way. Get a little bit of flap going here. Oh, and I gotta dial in our VORs, don't I? Almost forgot about that. See, I was all ready to take off and forgot to do what I need to do. Let's go ahead and put that on real quick, and we need to move this out the way. Oops. Move the... There we go. Alright, now we got to zoom in over here, and we want to dial in our first one, which is 11720. swap. Then our next one's going to be 11700. Go, and we need to, okay, that's all on, and our alright, so let's go ahead, put our doodad there. Alright, let's go ahead and get ready to go. Oh, 4 likes already. Well, thank you everybody, appreciate that. We haven't even gotten started. I don't even know if I have all my lights on either. Ooh. A little bit wobbly there. Looks like if you turn a little too quickly. Alright, let's make sure all of our lights are on too. Now lights, cabin light. We just need pedal lights. How about that? Not the cabin light. All right, I think we are all set. All right, let's go. Oh boy, this thing's got some torque to it also. Look how quickly it wants to go one way or the other off the runway. Alright, we are on our way. Boy, it really wanted to nose over there too. Let's go ahead and pull back on the prop just a bit. So we don't... Alright, let's go ahead and swap our frequencies. Oops. Boy, it's really difficult to see. This is kind of hidden. We want to go on. Oops. All right. Oops. I want to go on a course of 163. Back in the chat here in just a moment, folks. Looks like we're already kind of heading that way. Look at that. Worked out rather well. All right, put that back. Oh, nobody's chatted other than Mick. What's going on with that? right? It should be. Well, we were. I feel like it's not navigating correctly, but I could be wrong. But we're heading the right direction. Good morning, Joseph. 7 likes already. Well, thank you. Wow. The Thursday love in the house. Thank you all. Appreciate that. We've only just begun. So we've only got like 100 nautical miles basically to our destination. I need to make sure our volume is on. I think it is. Yeah. Yeah, really nice flight last night. Over Australia. Good time. Not a lot of us were flying last night, but it was we had a pretty good turnout, I think, overall. A few folks showed up and were able to fly. Really enjoyed it. Boy, this thing has got a lot of zip in it. So it does have retractable landing gear. That's the cool thing about it. I mean, a 1930s plane, most planes did not have that at that time. It was all pretty much fixed undercarriage. But this is the interior. It's like, it was considered like the executive jet of its time before jets were a thing. Many wealthy business people owned these and either had a pilot on reserve, you know, somebody who they could call up and say, hey, we're going to go here. So I'm not going to worry about the altimeter reading because there's no need for that. Let's see what other stuff can we make sure is turned on. I think we're good. Yeah. And we'll fly through these clouds. I don't want to go too much higher. Boy, this thing really does not take much to get it going. See, now it goes right towards the... It's diving for... Like, we just started losing altitude all of a sudden. Like, just making some minor changes, and it's like... Trying to get it trimmed out here, but it's not wanting to cooperate. All right, then. It doesn't seem like the navigation stuff is working correctly, but we may be kind of far out from this to actually take hold. But I would think even at that distance we should be able to get a good reading. Let's see, now there it goes again. Alright, let's see if we can just get this thing to settle down a bit. Morning, Amela. Sorry, I just trying to get things checked here, but nice to see you here. How are you? So yeah, check this out. It even has, you could roll down the windows, kind of like in your car back in the day. You just crank that around and your window rolls down. Both sides, I think. Yeah, crazy. 8 likes already. What have I done to deserve all this love today? What is going on? Y'all must have felt bad for me after yesterday's crazy flight. I'm doing okay. Yeah. Yeah, good stuff. Yeah. Now let's just see. Let's pull up our VFR map and just have a look here and see, A, how far off track we are. B, well, we must be pretty far off track. I don't even see the track. Oh boy. That's not good. I think the track is to our, although it doesn't say it, I think it's to our right. Find out. Thought I saw a corner of it there. I think it is to our right. Let's go back this way. Because I can see here, like the line isn't completely lined up here, right? So it's saying it's to our right, so we'll kind of keep turning this way. I think we finally got the plane to settle down. A little bit. Ooh, look at this. I don't know, because you're so good at flying, maybe. Oh, I don't know about that. I think I've improved. I think Mick would certainly say that I have. You know, I trust his judgment. We've talked about this before in other streams. Yet, you know, it seems like I have made some improvements. But I mean, I'm not perfect at it by any stretch of the imagination. I just try to do the best I can, and looks like we've nosed over just a smidge here. That's his new nickname, Jofuvs. Joseph. That's Joseph's new weekend name. Everybody gets a weekend name from Amela, apparently. I guess you guys made out okay on your way through potato country last night there, Mick? Yeah, I mean, we still have our ups and downs, no pun intended, but yeah, I think we've made strides. We still aren't perfect by any stretch of the imagination, but yeah, I think we've made some significant improvements. I was telling Captain Arish last night about the pending flight from Amsterdam all the way to the former Dutch Indies, and he was like, that's spectacular. And I told him it's going to be about 30 legs, and I've had to break things up, but I said, yeah, I think you really enjoy it. And I said, yeah, your flying kind of inspired me to try this, and not that I wanted to tackle around the world, but I may eventually try to tackle a 50-state tour, and you know, maybe in a plane like this or something. Well, we definitely have lost some altitude. I didn't mean for it to. Trimming can be a little wonky, it seems. Right, there's our line, but this is kind of off, it seems. But well, that's why I wanted to bring up the VFR map, because I was like, something just doesn't seem right here. So we'll get online here, and then we'll. Oh, what's the flight plan? We're doing a. It was a bit of a rush, but yeah, went all good. Yeah, good. So we're going from Raleigh-Durham to Willmington. You know, this was considered like the business executive aircraft of its time. So I just wanted to do a little flight with it. Something that maybe somebody would do as a business person. Maybe they work in Raleigh-Durham and they have like a vacation home in Wilmington. It's all in North Carolina, I should say. Wilmington's on the coast, so yeah, just kind of a fun little flight. Just kind of checking it out. It's the first time I'm flying it and realizing that the VOR stuff is not exactly working as intended, but that's okay. But thank you for stopping by, Red Dragon. Appreciate it. Yeah, it should be a fairly straightforward flight. I'm not expecting any significant issues this morning, other than the weather. You know, visually we're going to be a bit off, but I've got a runway and I know kind of the layout of the airport. All right, take care, Mo. Thanks for stopping by. Appreciate it. Nice to see you as always. Next week we'll be back to the normal time, 6:30 Eastern, 11:30 UK, because Sunday, actually this coming Sunday, we'll be back to our normal times because the times will change again. In the UK and the United States will be back in their normal time zones, I guess. So, yeah, we're going to do that here pretty soon. Coming Sunday when we're doing our scenic flight around Berlin. So, glad you guys got through some jobs and hopefully you made some money and didn't have to spend it on repairs too much. You know how the AI likes to take money from you guys. Mr. Addies always loves to tell everybody to stay safe. Between his wow and stay safe, those are like his two catchphrases, I think. Yeah, I'm really looking forward to when you guys get the Texas and Montana DLCs. I think there's going to be so much to do in those two that it's going to be insane amount of driving. Hopefully, insane amount of money too. Not our airport yet. We're looking for WILM, Wilmington. We're still en route. Oh, look at all this. This is definitely not VFR weather, but we're just going to do it anyway because we can and we will. Went really well, amazingly enough. They want to bring it out soon. We're running out of clients to visit. Yeah. Because I think you pretty much have discovered as much as you can for the areas that you already have. So the update did come out this morning. I got up a little bit earlier to make sure I could download it. It was already outside of the sim, it was already downloading, so I only had like 40% left when I got up this morning, so that did it on its own, and then came in and did the update in the sim. A lot of stuff got updated or whatever, so the notes and everything will be released later today, according to Microsoft Flight Simulator's forums, and then fingers crossed everything else gets updated this evening or sometime today as well, to, you know, whether what you already own is updated or whatever. We'll see. If not, it'll probably happen tomorrow, I'm guessing. But I saw the new route is already out. It's funny, they just released the Harlem line, and now they got this new German line. So I know Megasim was running that. I know Joe's going to do his take on it sometime today, if he hasn't already. I do like the look of the new locomotive that they, you know, the new passenger train that they released for the German route. I would have rather that was released as a, you know, a separate thing and not have to pay for the route. I'd like to be able to, you know, maybe play it on other lines, but I guess if you buy that route, then you can certainly do the off the rails. So you know, but oh, okay. Yeah, I saw the reminder or the thing saying that he was going to be going live at some time this morning, and so well, I'll keep him busy for a little while until the next route is released, whatever that will be. Oh, that's where the cab light switch is. Oh, that's pretty cool. The only thing I mean, I know it's a design thing. This is how it really was, but this brace right here is a bit like I feel like it just really gets in the way of my flying. Like, you know, I can't really, like, I feel like it's going to block my view of the runway when we come in for a landing. You know. But I can do that if I need to, and you could kind of look over this brace here. But otherwise, you got this really kind of weird view. But it's a pretty neat little plane, I think. Back the other way. Back the other way. Yeah, it's I'm surprised they released it that quickly, to be honest. But well, I guess Rivets Games was, you know, they wanted to get it out there. I think that's who did the new route. I think we're pretty much on track now. Yes, I do fly Bic. I try to stream daily, 7 days a week. I do 2 streams on Sunday. I play Train Sim World 2. on Sunday first, and then we do our flight afterwards, and that's usually like a scenic flight. So yeah, I do try to fly 7 days a week whenever possible. At the end of the 1st and the 2nd of April, I will not be flying. I have to go in for a procedure on the 1st, and I just want to make sure that I have. I'm going to take the 2nd off just to kind of, you know, relax, and you know, I don't know how I'm going to feel afterwards, so I just want to make sure that I'm 100%. We'll get back to it on the 3rd, but yeah, I do try to fly 7 days a week. And we try to, what we're doing is a bit of a thematic kind of stuff, like eventually we're going to do, like Tuesdays is Jetliner Tuesdays, and that's going to be pretty much like the A320 and the Embraer. Oh, well, thank you, Flybic. Yeah, I enjoy it. You know, it gets me up in the morning, and I enjoy, you know, the different scenery and sometimes even history and all that. So we try to incorporate a bunch of different things into the stream to make it entertaining and fun, and sometimes educational whenever possible. What was I going to say? Yeah, so Jetliner Tuesdays, we'll do some bit of longer stuff in the A320, and then we're also, you know, some other times we're going to do like regional stuff, which would be like, you know, short, you know, like 45-minute flights or something like in the Embraer EJ 170 and 175. And then Thursdays we're going to try to do like a military themed day, where we'll pick a military plane, whether it's a jet or a prop, and we'll fly it for that stream. Saturdays is definitely Spitfire Saturday. We just go somewhere in the Supermarine Spitfire and enjoy that. And then, yeah. So Mondays, eventually what's going to happen is towards going into next week here or so, we're gonna do a real world Lufthansa route in the Junkers 52, going from Berlin down to Athens, Greece, and then we're going to, and then eventually in April, I'm going to do on Mondays. I think Mondays and Wednesdays, we're going to do a real world 1930s KLM route from Amsterdam all the way to the former Dutch East Indies, East Indies. So it's going to take me 30 legs to get there. I've had to break up some of the flights. Some are fairly reasonable, an hour and a half or so, or 2 hours. Some were like 5, almost 6 hours. So I've had to break them up. A lot of the airports that they flew into back in the 1930s don't exist anymore, or they have all been converted to military airfields. So we're going to try to do our best. We're going to navigate as best as we can. It's going to be it's going to be a bit crazy sometimes, because we won't have all the things like the VOR and stuff like that to help us navigate. So this did change over, right? I think it did. It's not interesting that it's not lining back up. I mean, we're pretty much near the line, unless we're just a minuscule bit off. But on the VFR map, it looks like we're okay. But so yeah, looking forward to that. Should be a lot of great scenery along the way. We are still climbing. Definitely want to start losing some altitude, because I think any moment now we'll see our destination. Oh, some stuttering with the sound. Well, at least we climbed up above the clouds. It's a really nice view. Let's go ahead and let's minimize this. Let's have a look outside for a moment. There we are. There's our D-17 Staggerwing. Gets the name from the wings are kind of offset there, as you can see. Very popular aircraft of its time. So yeah, I'm looking forward to getting into that. Should be some amazing scenery along the way. So yeah, looking forward to that. Wow, it's sound stuttering. That's not good. So let me get this back open. I'm pretty sure we are almost there. Wow, we are way off. Doesn't take much to drift off here. It is a lot quieter without the ATC harassing us all the time, or, you know, switching frequencies and whatnot. I have to update my notes for tomorrow's flight going from Salt Lake City to Seattle in the EJ-170. Need to make sure I know when to start descending and stuff like that. So we are prepared for flight tomorrow. That's going to be about 2.5 hours or so, and tomorrow will be the time. If you have a suggestion for a flight for the not the 1st but the 8th of April, which will be the very first Friday that I'll be able to fly a viewer requested route. If you have some suggestions, go ahead and start coming up with some ideas now, so that while we're flying and heading towards Seattle, I can look up the information. I can say, yep, I can do this, and you know, I will try to find a reasonable plane to fly. Hello, Stealth. You know, something that I know will work for the flight. It won't be too, you know, I'm not going to fly a 747 out of a dirt runway, obviously. So we will do that, and then so we're looking for maybe two flights about 1.5 hours each, give or take. But not today, tomorrow. Once we get up in the air, we're on our way to Seattle. I'll open up the so tune in tomorrow for sure for that. If you have some ideas, like I said, go ahead and start coming up with some plan, you know, an idea between now and tomorrow, and then we'll see what we can do about that. If I can't, sometimes too, the airports that people ask for, either the names are different or the airport code is different, or they don't exist in the sim for some reason. So if that is the case, I will try to find a suitable replacement and try to find a compromise if possible, and then we'll try to make that happen. And if you say, yep, that'll work, then we're good to go. And if you say, nope, then I'm going to have to move on to somebody else's suggestion. But we're looking for two flights, roughly 1.5 hours each, if possible, so we can get those knocked out on Friday, or on the 8th, I mean. And then we'll talk about the 15th down the, you know, like maybe we'll try to get, you know, some stuff kind of lined up for the going into April for the viewer requested stuff. Because a lot of times what was happening early on when I was streaming, people were asking, hey, can you fly from here? And, you know, can you fly this country? And, You know, so initially I was just like, no, you know, because I've been flying a lot of different places. So, but we, you know, I've kind of changed some things and said, okay, we could do a viewer requested flights on Fridays, but the last one of the month will be kind of a longer, you know, longish flight for me to, you know, then we can talk about the flights for the rest of the month, going into the next month and stuff like that. So that gives me enough time to be able to look at everything while I'm flying, and I don't have to hand fly it, so that helps out. So, yeah, 11 likes. Wow. Well, thank you all. I appreciate that. I don't know what to say. I was not expecting that. I never, see, that's the thing about streaming. You never know. Some days a lot of people will come in and, you know, and other days it's like, you know, a few people show up here or there, and that's about it. So, thank you all. Appreciate that. So we're still heading over here. Making our way to Willmington. We should be seeing, I would think, pretty soon. At some point we're going to see our destination there on the VFR map. Oh, Willmington, North Carolina. It's pretty much on the coast of North Carolina. We left Raleigh-Durham a little while ago, so we are on our way to the coast. Kind of like our story is we're flying a business person from their job, you know, they live and work in Raleigh-Durham maybe, and then they have like a vacation place there in Wilmington along the coast there, so we're taking them to their vacation spot along the coast. So yeah, that's the story. I like to come up with those little, you know, little stories and stuff to make it interesting. What is the let's see, there it is. Willmington International. 29904. I'm going to just go ahead and dial that in just so that we have at least a updated altimeter reading. Not a huge change, but nope. Oh, why did I do that? I didn't want that. Nope, not that. Eventually we're going to have to start losing some altitude as well. Butter landing, not yet, hopefully. It's my first time flying it, so I hope it's going to go well. It's a tail dragger, but it has retractable landing gear, so this will be my first time attempting to land in it. So I'm hoping we'll do pretty well. But the runway that I have picked will be, it's a bit long, so if we have to kind of go over the runway and bleed off some speed before we touch down, we can do that. Yeah, we'll see how well we can do. Yeah, it's a pretty amazing plane, I think. The only thing is I wish the I don't hear the code for Willmington, the VOR, the 3-letter beep for ILM. So I'm a bit concerned about that, but I think we're going to be okay. So, yeah, first time flying it. Hopefully, we have a good. It's flying well so far. It just takes a little bit of time to get the plane settled down and, you know, all that kind of stuff. So it was really wanting to. Is my stream delayed? It might be a little bit. I think it is because I'm streaming on Twitch and then it goes through Aircast, to YouTube. So yeah, there might be a small delay. Unfortunately, that's just how it works, and sometimes. But yeah, there's just, I think, a slight delay. I think by now we would have heard our see, that's what I was looking for. Maybe because the ident isn't on, but it says it is. But let me make sure. Sometimes there's another button here that you have to push for the ident to be activated. It's very hard to see with this yoke in the way. Let's just go ahead and get rid of it for a moment. There's the frequency or volume, and it says we're at 100%. I don't. That's the swap. Yeah, something is not working. Ooh. So yeah, there might be a little bit of a hiccup with this system, but did you have an update when you, yes. Well, it wasn't 115 gigabytes. It was about, what was it? It was already downloading when I got up this morning, so it was automatically updating. So I don't know, it wasn't 115 gigabytes. Your flying skills are calming. Well, thank you, Stealth. I try. It's not always calm. We've had our issues over since I've been streaming. Sometimes it's, but yeah, I try to make it interesting and fun and all that. But yeah, there was a, you have to update outside the sim first, and then there was some other stuff that got updated inside the sim. You had to go to your content manager and do all that. So, why? I just looked away for a moment. And I got the Game Pass on Xbox, but I had a 1S. So when I went on PC now, I'm download. Okay, well, yeah, because if you're downloading again, then yeah, everything that has previously been updated, you're kind of catching up to all that, putting it on the PC. So some of that stuff may be larger than it was when it was updated originally, because they do fix some other stuff outside of the world update. They make some minor improvements and stuff like that, but the focus is, of course, Iberia, and there are new points of interest and everything. But yeah, good luck on. At least you're going to have more options available on the PC. That's the best part. We're kind of stuck now on the Xbox until whenever. So, yeah. So yeah, it may just be because now there's been other fixes to some of the other world update areas. They make some other minor improvements on top of the new world update. So I think all that is catching up for you on the PC. So that's a lot of information, though. Whew. I feel like I'm going to be running out of. I'm going to have to delete something off of my Series S here because I'm going to be running out of space before I know it with this, because the next world update is going to be Italy. World Update 9 has already been announced for the sim. So, go through the clouds here. Yeah, that's probably going to be a fairly substantial update, I think. So, I'm casually playing GTA, but the planes are so... Well, I wouldn't expect... I don't know why people think that the planes in GTA are like sim quality, to be honest. I don't think that's what it's supposed to be known for. It's, you know, but you know... I've never played GTA, so I can't talk about the quality of the aircraft, but I can't imagine thinking that they would be on the same level as a Microsoft Flight Simulator. I mean, you're not the first person who's talked about flying in GTA. So. Yeah, I wouldn't think so. And I think it's more about collecting them to, you know, kind of thing. Use a Airbus control stick. So, yeah. Well, because they don't have the they probably don't have a licensing agreement with somebody to actually do a legitimate sort of thing. You know, a legitimate model. So they're just trying to give you an idea, like, oh, here's your 747, but it's not like an actual, you know, 747. So it's just, it looks like it on the outside. But like I said, I think it's just more about collecting those things as part of your, you know, for your character and all that. Because I guess there's achievements, I'm sure, for all that kind of stuff. So looks like we are coming into our destination here. So I'm going to try to start losing a little bit more altitude, and so we can identify our runway. And I need to pull up our destination. Oops. Zoomed in by, that's too much. So runway 6. Okay. Alright, there's that marker ILM. So we are near our point. It just never, for some reason, it never took. So that's okay. We're here. So we will fly over, try to identify our runway as we get closer here. Now, if I could have, I would have dialed in. It looks like there's a NDB or something over there, not far from ILM. If I known that, or if I had the ability, I would have dialed that in as well, so we would have had that frequency. But this does not have the capabilities of tuning in an NDB or DME or anything like that. Any other navigational sort of aids that are in the sim. So let me move this back out of the way so I can see the chat. Yeah, the only big plane, but we're Willmington, so right over here. So I'm going to look at my layout again, and I just need to find, I think, runway 6. It looks like, I think runway 6 is over there, maybe. Thinking. Go ahead and put our landing lights on. So we are a well-lit plane, so we'll try to identify 6. We're looking for 06, and then we'll get a little bit of flap down so we start slowing down here. Yeah, I think it's right off the left wingtip. That runway right there should be ours, I do believe. We will verify our runway. We'll circle back around and we'll put it on the ground. Looking for the numbers there. Well, that fog is really, or that haze is really making it difficult to read. Okay, there's 17. Yeah, 06 should be right over here. Hello, Real Italian. Nice to see you here. Yep, that should be it right there. Yep, there it is. All right, there we are. Okay, well, what we're going to do is we're going to circle around here a little bit. We're going to come in. So there's our landmark, is that big cluster of buildings right there. So we will come in over those, and we'll drop in and we'll put it on the ground. Is the sim running better? It seems like it is. Fish Guns, good morning also. I can't say, it feels like it is, but you know, it may today, tomorrow might be a different story. That's the crazy part. So flat down. All right, let's go ahead and turn. Towards the airport there. Let me go ahead and close that since we know where we are now. Good thing we have a backup in case things don't always work as intended. That's okay. We made it. There should be our bunch of buildings right there, and where did our runway go? Oh, A little bit more on the buildings. Oh, there it is. Okay, there's our runway. So we're turning in a little early, but so yeah, there's those buildings. There's our runway right there. Actually, you see the tower's got the little light on. They left the light on for us. Can I fly the 777? The Captain Sim 777 has a ton of issues. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. I tried it and I've had some success, but very limited. So I've not flown it in quite some time. Captain Sim has not updated any of the aircraft that he's released. So I'm very leery of flying it without the developer or whatever actually updating their products. So, all right, pardon me, folks. I'm gonna turn the screen away for just a second while I prepare to land. So I don't get distracted here. Wow, crosswind like crazy. It's like this last night when we were in Australia too. I'm not going to go full flat because of that, so I think we're good to go. Wow, it is really pushing me. Oops. Ooh, little bump, little bump, little bump. Wow, that is a crazy plane to land, that is for sure. But we made it. On behalf of myself and the entire flight crew, we'd like to welcome you to Willmington, North Carolina. Local time is 8:33 in the morning. We know and appreciate the fact that you have many options when it comes to your Microsoft Flight Simulator live stream viewing pleasures, and we are glad that you chose to fly with us today. We will be back tomorrow in the Embraer 170 going from Salt Lake City to Seattle, 7:30 Eastern, 11:30 UK. Do join us for that if you're able to. Give me just a second and pull off here, and then we will go find a parking spot and shut this thing down and call it a day. So yeah, butter. That was well, it wasn't butter. We had a few bounces, but you know, I think overall for the first time, wasn't too bad. You know, I'm content with it. You know, any landing that we can walk away from is a good one. So I'll take it. Yeah, hello, Augie. I'm doing well, thank you. Got here just in time towards the end. Thank you for stopping by. Nice to see you again. It was nice to see you in Captain Arish's chat last night as well. So yeah, fun plane. Just going to take some practice getting used to the landing and everything. So, yeah, not too bad. So we will go find a parking spot. Actually, let's go over here. Go over here to park because I think this is like the general aviation sort of area of the airport there. Yeah, so the VOR stuff, I may have switched frequencies too soon because I think you have to kind of pass over the one, like I didn't really pass over the one by the airport where we took off from in Raleigh in order for the system kind of kick over. So that may be what the part of the problem was, but we made it. It's all good. A lot better than yesterday's flight. If that was the first landing, yeah, I think it was okay. It was good. I wouldn't say it was. It was probably okay. I wouldn't say very good, but I appreciate it. Yeah, interesting little plane. I'll have to fly with it a little bit more just to kind of get a feel for the or how it really handles, but and work with the VOR stuff just to make sure that it does in fact work. So let's see where our parking, where can we park? Oh, thank you, Joseph. Y'all are being too kind. That was amateurish landing. I appreciate it, folks, honestly. Oh, look at this. Back again, aren't you, Naked Clothing? Yep. You are getting on my every last nerve, dude. Honestly. You're circumventing the bans. So that's not cool. Oops. So you're hidden and you're still posting your crap in my chat. Yeah, that's an ongoing problem, and that's okay. I'm going to report. I'm definitely going to file a complaint against with YouTube on you, because you're violating the terms of service right now. So, as Joseph said, you can jog on. All right, there we go. There we are. 54 minutes of flying. We didn't get it. That's weird. We didn't get a credit for a takeoff. I don't know why. But it says we had no takeoffs but one landing. So I guess that's okay. Anyway, did you watch the Q&A yesterday? No, I didn't, Augie. No, not really. So I will try to catch up onto it. Yeah, I will, Joseph. Anyway, that's going to be it for today, folks. Try to end it on a positive note. I will see you all tomorrow. Thank you all for coming in. Thank you so much for the 12 likes. I will see you all. Thank you, Joseph. 7:30 Eastern, 11:30 UK in the Embraer 170. I've kind of figured out how things work a little bit better. So we're going to do that regional flight, or it's not really a regional, but we're going to do that flight instead of the 737 MAX. Anyway, do enjoy the rest of your Thursday morning, afternoon, evening, whatever the case may be, and I will see you all tomorrow. Until then, peace, live long and prosper.